Hey everybody, welcome back to another Quartering Japan, where you can get your daily dose of Japanese internet news from over here live in Tokyo, Japan. Hi everybody, I'm your host Papa Tikyo, and yeah, today we're talking about something a little bit sad. We're talking about a fellow foreigner. Well, actually he used to be a foreigner, now he's technically naturalized Japanese, and he is originally from Nigeria, and his name is Bobby Ologun. And anybody who's been in Japan, living here for over 20 years would know who this guy is. He's been super famous on Japanese TV, and yeah, he got in some trouble recently. And anyway, let's jump into it, shall we? Now, take in mind, this guy is he is a TV talent, and also sometimes I'm on Japanese TV too. And I'm not a really good friend of his, but I have met him a couple times, and yeah, this is the picture of the day. Boom. Where is it? Shit. God damn it, it was just up here. Boom. So the picture of the day is, yeah, this is me and Bobby. This is me at a gas station when I was riding spaghetti around a couple years ago, and this is Bobby in African garb, and he was driving a really nice car, and this was right outside Ikebukuro, and I was like, hey man, let me get a picture, and he was really nice, and he's like, yeah man, no worries. So that was probably, like, you know, the amount of summation of, you know, my turns hanging out with this guy. Just, you know, full discrepancy. Because I do feel a little bit bad about this, because, like, you know, again, like, I don't want to disparage other foreigners, and I don't want to talk shit about people, especially like that work in the same industry I work in sometimes. But it's been in the rumor mill for a long time. If you ever go to any of these actors in Japan drink meetups, that this guy cheated on his wife a lot. I mean, a lot of dudes do cheat on their wives a lot, but he was doing it in a way that was, like, very obvious, that many people that don't even know him that well knew that he was doing it. And you know, I've been my first 3 years in Japan, all I had was African friends from Ethiopia, Nigeria, you know, all around. One of my best friends here was from Kenya. My other friend was from Senegal. So, like, I've spent a lot of time with Africans, specifically in Japan. And one thing they all had in common is that they had no problem hitting their wives. Now, I mean, like, it wasn't, like, horribly, brutally beating, but it was more like a discipline thing. And so it wasn't really surprised to me when I saw the news about him, which is, yeah, the news is, you know, he says, well, right here it says, you know, スマのトラップにはまってしまった暴行で逮捕されたボビー・オルゴン被告が語った胸の内一方スマは and anyway, he's just he's in the news because his wife called the police on him for domestic violence. And the thing is that I didn't really realize this was a thing until recently, but apparently in America, if a woman wants to get a divorce, especially if it's in a state like California where there's tons of divorces, one of the things that women will do is they will purposely go out of their way to antagonize the man so that they hit them, and they can get that recorded, and they can go to the cops and say they did that. And despite what people want to say about feminist groups, about in Japan women having no power, in Japan, the cops automatically, for the most part, believe the woman every single time. She could be a danger to her kids or whatever, but they will most likely side with the woman a majority of the time, unless her husband is really rich. If her husband's rich and he's got money for the lawyers, probably she'll lose. But anyway, that's what Bobby's saying. Bobby's saying that, like, look, my wife wanted to get divorced, so she tricked me into hitting her so then she could call the cops and say this. And anyway, Bobby's not Nigerian anymore. He's a naturalized Japanese citizen. And on top of that, he's pretty rich. He's got a lot of money and promotions thanks to being on TV so much. And the thing is that when you are on TV in Japan, whether you're a foreigner or a Japanese person, if you get in a scandal like this, that's it. You're done. You're not going to be on TV ever again. You've spoiled your image too much for Japanese people to forgive you. And but they still love that, you know, it's like that old news story. If it bleeds, it leads. And yeah, this was definitely a bleeding story. So of course, they wanted to make a big deal out of it. Anyway, it says here from Yahoo News, it says, Eugene ga shougen suru 妻暴行のきっかけは歯医者女と浮気だった。So Bobby's friend apparently he said to one of the news places that he's like, well, the reason why he hit his wife is because she found out he was cheating on her with a female dentist. And yeah, you know, the fucked up thing is that Bobby has like 5 kids, you know, and they've all been on his TV shows before. And yeah, this is just sad because, you know, you don't want to see this kind of stuff happen, and especially when it's a foreigner that's famous on Japanese TV. That just makes us all look pretty bad. But anyway, it's funny because he lives in Urawa, and I used to teach in Urawa. I used to teach a high school in Urawa, which is like right on the border of Tokyo and Saitama. And yeah, you know, he basically lost in court. He lost in court, and yeah, so that's where the next news article goes, and it says, Sume no bokotsai hidari ho yubi de tsuku koi, what is this, keihi mo akushitsu to shiteki. So basically, like, he didn't punch her, but he slapped her open hand with his fingers, you know, and yeah, I can't believe this. The punishment is basically, he has it on his record that he was arrested for violence, and he has to pay $10,000, or he has to pay not even $10,000, $1,000, Juman. So he got off pretty lightly, you know, and so yeah. Anyway, he's saying though that you know, so his wife went to say that she got, you know, that she was beaten, and then again, like, he's saying that, like, jiken to jutsu no kenka ga otsuma o rokuon shite ita koto ya rikon ya junbi no tame ni watashi no shunyo o shirabetari shiteru koto ga kangaeru to tsuma no trap ni wa hamatte shimatta to akashite ita. So he's basically saying, like, look, before she called the police, she clearly looked into my assets to see how much money I had, and on top of that, like, you know, she went out of her way to record that when it happened. So, like, she prepared a lot of stuff to make sure that she would definitely get a divorce. And I understand why they gave him only Jumanen for, you know, only $1,000 fine, because his career's pretty much over. They won't let him back on TV after this. So, yeah, you know, it sucks, but at the same time, you know, when you're infamous for cheating on your wife, that kind of shit's bound to happen. But anyway, this is Japanese celeb news court. Tell me, what do you guys think about this situation? Yeah, does this happen where you guys are? You know, what do you think really happened here? Do you think that she tricked him, or do you think that, yeah, he was just a piece of shit who had it coming? Let me know in the comments down below, and if there's any other stories you would like me to cover, please write that down as well as in the comments down below. Please don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button and subscribe bell to get notified. We upload daily. And so even if you don't get a notification on YouTube, make sure to check out the social media over here to see, you know, when we post something, especially on the Facebook page. Whenever we make a new post, we make a new post on there as well. And yeah, like always, thank you guys so much for following us. And yeah, I'm Papa Tico. This is Quartering Japan, daily dose of Japanese news. Love you guys. Stay black. Talk to you later. Yeah, buddy. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think he did it. Man, still, dude, it's either you beat her and she finally got smart enough to record it, or you just, you know, you're a dumbass and you got played, yo. Either way, man, you're stupid.